It is my honor to introduce Natalie Pravit, Sikorsky's Vice President of Strategy and Business Development, who's going to update you on our portfolio. Natalie's responsible for providing strategic direction and leadership in sales, marketing, and business development across Sikorsky's business, including the U.S. government, international military, and commercial businesses. She has more than 23 years' experience in aerospace. She brings a unique business perspective to the role, having worked for aviation service centers, operators, and OEMs in both Europe and the United States. Following Natalie will be Audrey Brady, Sikorsky's Vice President of Commercial Systems and Services, who will update you on our S-76 and S-92 commercial programs. Audrey joined Sikorsky nearly 10 years ago, and she served in many roles in that time, including as the director of Sikorsky's S-92 program and director of the Connecticut Assembly and Flight Operations for production of Black Hawk and Naval Hawk aircraft. She also has her private helicopter license and 200-plus flying hours in our S-76 aircraft to stay better connected with our customers. Following Natalie and Audrey's 15-minute presentations each, we'll have a question and answer session. If you'll please hold your questions until then. With that, let me introduce Natalie.
As Eric mentioned, today we're going to provide you our annual update on the Sikorsky portfolio. I would personally share with you some key accomplishments and milestones we have achieved in the past year on 5 key programs that you see on the screen here. Before passing it off to Audrey, we will provide you an overview, a more in-depth overview of our commercial portfolio. But let me start with the CH-53K. Not only is the K, the King Stallion, is a true heavy-lift helicopter program, the only one in the world with 21st technology, it is also safe, it's reliable. It was designed with maintainers in mind, and it is survivable in the most severe and remote forward operating bases. As you can see on that picture, we're very proud to have the first 2 CH-53K production aircraft on our production line going down our final assembly in Stratford, Connecticut. We have made many great strides this last year on the K program. We have exceeded 1,600 flight test hours with our 6 test aircraft. We currently have 14 CH-53K production aircraft on contract under Lot 1, 2, and 3, which are scheduled to deliver between 2021 and 2023. We also are very proud to say that because of the early investment we have made with an all-digital design, that investment enables the Sikorsky and the Navarre team to resolve the exhaust gas reinjection situation. And as a result, we are on track to meet the milestone date for the U.S. Marine Corps in terms of IOC and deployment. And on the international front, earlier this year, we provided our bid in support of the Bundeswehr Next Future Helicopter program called STH, in collaboration with a very thorough German industry, especially Rheinmetall, and we're very proud of that. We also, on the international front, have had multiple foreign military demos of CH-53K aircraft. And those demonstrations, I must say, were amazing. The last one was actually the Israeli Air Force, which conducted a flight evaluation test on the 53K. And the feedback the US Marine Corps and ourselves have received from the Israeli Air Force was very positive. Now let me talk more about future vertical lift and the great progress we have made on this program. All of our future vertical lift programs are based on the X2 technology, and I want to remind you just one thing about X2. X2 technology, and the X2 is the only extremely agile flying technology today that can deliver unmatched capability in this very challenging future battlefield. So in 2019, we were proud to have been down selected for the FARA program, and at AUSA we launched the Raider X. We continue to fly Raider. We are leveraging Raider to optimize our Raider X design in support of the FARA requirement and the needs of the US Army. But we also leveraging Raider as a risk, as a mitigation for risk. Not only on terms of technology, as we mature the X2 technology, but also in terms of buying down schedule. As you may know, the US Army has established a very aggressive timeline, and we are well positioned to meet that timeline and the needs of the US Army. On the Defiant, the Sikorsky and Boeing team continues to focus on program performance and advance the SB-1 Defiant rigorous flight test program. We are executing all the mission elements of the future vertical lift requirements. We have lately exceeded 100 knots and performed maneuvers of up to 30-degree bank angles. We are honored this coming month to host the Secretary of the Army at our West Palm Beach facility so he can witness the Raider and the Defiant flying. And I personally was part of multiple customer demos of this wonderful aircraft. And the feedback we are receiving from the customer base is very promising. We are also very encouraged by the data we are gathering by flying those aircraft, both the Raider and the Defiant, and we are encouraged by the feedback we are receiving from our pilots. If you think about it, with our two test beds, the Raider and the Defiant flying, and our ground test platform, we have over 160 hours. And that doesn't count the thousands of hours that we have in our system integrated labs, as well as our simulation hour in order to mature the X2 technology. And I am confident that when the Secretary of the Army will witness those two aircraft fly, he will see why we have been saying that the X2 technology is the aircraft that will survive in this future multi-domain operating environment. So very excited about those prospects. The Black Hawk. So the Black Hawk continues to be the aircraft of choice, not only for the US Army, but internationally as well. We have had strong sales in 2019 of the Black Hawk. We've continued to deliver against a multi-year 9 program of the US Army, but we also have had great success internationally, penetrating new markets and expanding into new segments. With thousands of Black Hawk flying across the globe, the Black Hawk is still the toughest and largest fleet in the world. And we are currently and are very happy in working with the US Army on our next multi-year program, multi-year 10 for HH and UH-60, which will enable and continue the extension of our production line of the Black Hawk. Now let me shift to the Air Force and the HH-60W, the Combat Rescue Helicopter. In September of last year, we received milestone C, which enabled us to transition into production, low-rate initial production. We also celebrated our rollout of the Combat Rescue Helicopter in West Palm Beach late last year. with the Air Force, and we had the honor of having the head of the Air Force acquisition join us, Dr. Roper. And amazingly during this rollout, he shared with us has this new capability in a combat rescue helicopter and the new technologies that have been integrated into this Black Hawk, the combat rescue helicopter, will change the way they perform rescue mission. And that's what we want to hear, is improving upon the mission and being there because the mission of our customer is ours. We also have said many times that one Black Hawk, many missions. And the Firehawk is truly a testament of that. It's an extension of the Black Hawk family. The Firehawk has been used here in California to fight the devastating fire, as you can see on this video, that is pretty amazing. It does provide capabilities to a crew that is unmatched for this type of mission. And last year we have delivered 3 aircraft to the California Fire Agency. 1 to CAL FIRE, 1 to the LA County Fire Department, and 1 to the City of San Diego Fire Rescue Department. But it's not only about delivering aircraft to fight those missions that are critical, it's also about supporting our customer. We are launching this year the transition of all current Firehawks and future Firehawk into our customer care center. And why does it really matter to transition all the aircraft in customer care center? It will enable us to have those aircraft ready at all times. We're gonna have a team looking at the fleet health, predicting the diagnostic of the Firehawk aircraft. We provide 24/7, 365-day engineering support so that the California Fire Agency can really focus on their mission while we provide the support they need to be ready at any time. We have been leveraging the customer care center we had established on the S-92 that has over 1.6 million flight hours, combined with over 40 years of Black Hawk product knowledge. We are ready to provide impeccable availability and reliability to all California fire agencies and others that are looking at buying the Firehawk. And then finally, but not least, I want to say that we have had a very solid year in our commercial business. We closed sales in a head of state, search and rescue, and oil and gas configuration with the S-92. And that's why we're very proud to say we have had a solid year. You know, as you watch this video, I'm always reminded about the mission that this aircraft carries out every day. This is a mission performed by Cougar. The conditions are unbelievable, and yet she wakes up every morning and goes to work, while a lot of us will probably call in sick and not going to work. Right? You know, Cougar has reported that they enjoy a 99% availability on their mission. And across the S-92 fleet, we enjoy over 95% availability. A true testament of the S-92 being the workhorse of the oil and gas industry, but also has been so powerful in search and rescue and head of state configuration. We're also excited to have an S-92 in our booth, but I don't want to steal Audrey's thunder for the reveal, so without further ado, please welcome Audrey to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. The first thing I'd like to do before we do the big reveal, because I want everybody to stay till the end, I want to highlight a couple of the events that we have going just to really reinforce why Sikorsky is in this business. Our founder, Igor Sikorsky, was all about saving lives. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to highlight a couple events to be able to honor the heroes that fly our aircraft in these missions and trust our product. So first and foremost, at 11 o'clock this morning, we are going to be highlighting our fire chiefs in a recognition ceremony, so we invite you all to come to that. Very, very important for us to be able to honor those that serve in this really important mission. Also today at 1:30, we're also going to be honoring our search and rescue on the S-92 for our customers so that we can also honor the mission that they do. Both of those are going to be supported by our very own Sergei Sikorsky, who was just honored as the living legend of aviation, and that was presented to him by John Travolta. So we're so very honored. He's also going to be spending some time doing some book signings. It is just an honor for us to have him here and an ambassador for our corporation. So make sure you pencil those events in. Next, I'd also like to highlight the S-76. The D is actually on static display. We have invested a lot in the technology of this aircraft based on what our customers are telling us that they want us to work on. One of those most important groups that we work with, the flight operators group, as well as our maintenance review steering groups, have told us what they would like to see, especially now that they have many hours under their belt on the 76D. So we're very happy to announce that we have done some avionics upgrades and based on our customers' feedback on that aircraft. So we're very excited to show that. Make sure you take the time to take a look at that 76D that's in the static display area. Also, I'd like to make sure that we highlight as part of our events is the 10th anniversary of our innovations. And that journey that we started 10 years ago, talking about speed, autonomy, and intelligence, all of those things that we have incorporated into our products. And what's great is a lot of them are going to be featured in our next big reveal. So please, without further ado, we're very excited to announce last year we were here at HAI, and it was 10 short months ago, that we said we're going to go out to our customers with the latest and greatest technology to upgrade the best-in-class heavy aircraft in its market with brand new technology. We actually took that opportunity for the last 10 months, led by David Martin, who's our head of our strategy and business development in the oil and gas market, with our chief engineer, Jamie Renna, program director, Alan Walling, and our aftermarket director, Leon Silva. We took the time to go to our customers with what we presented last year at the HAI. All of the things that we said we wanted to upgrade in these aircraft to increase, again, that technology into the best-in-class aircraft with the Phase 4 gearbox, with the things that we're introducing in terms of our matrix technology. And we said, what do you think? And overwhelmingly response was, you guys got it right. But what we want to make sure that we're focusing on is when can we get it and how much. So I'm so very pleased to announce today that we're going to be taking position agreements from our customers based on their feedback, and I'm going to go through right now what we're rolling out as that technology and the timing of that based on our customers' feedback for the last 10 months. So next slide. So we're breaking this down into two different options. The A+ kit, which allows our customers who currently are flying our aircraft to upgrade to the latest and greatest technology in the Phase 4 gearbox. We know that there's going to be new regulations that are coming out, and not only did we want to focus on the technology that will actually serve us in that regulation, we wanted to far surpass that. What we really wanted to do was we wanted to actually change the game in the industry because we know how important this is. This Phase 4 gearbox will actually eliminate 2 of the land immediately flight manual requirements. And when you're thinking about the mission that this aircraft performs, absolutely amazing technology to be able to introduce this to this platform. And as we stated last year, we've already done that testing. So we successfully removed the primary lube in the system itself. We ran the technology based on an auxiliary lube system that is integrated into the gearbox. And we had our engineers testing this thing to make sure that it was going to surpass any requirements that would come out in the industry. What we showed was that gearbox not only performed flawlessly, we ran it in our test bed for over 7 hours, and at that point, with the loss of primary lube and that auxiliary lube system kicking in, we decided after 7 hours, of course, if you ask Jamie, the engineers got tired and wanted to get dinner, but they said at that point, you know, the aircraft, even with a full load of fuel, would have run out of fuel. So what that's actually doing is it allows that aircraft to return from anywhere based on 500 nautical miles, 80 knots, to be able to get back safely and not have to land immediately. And in many cases, you know, that our customers would have to land in the water. So our game-changing technology, we want to, you know, fast forward and say, wouldn't it be absolutely amazing that we don't have to wear those suits to have to fly over water and have it very safe, like you and I are flying on an aircraft to get here in order to support this HAI. That is the vision. That is what we're testing. We actually took apart the aircraft, or the test gearbox after that. We had FAA witness, and it showed that the gears were pristine under those conditions. We've also flown this on our test aircraft for about 200 hours. So it's so critical to show not only are we investing in this technology, we're demonstrating it, and we're showing our customers that we're committed to this. And now we're excited to say it's offered for sale. So as part of the A+ kit, last year we had a number of other items that would have been available with this kit, but they said, you know what? We want this technology sooner. We don't want to wait for absolutely everything else that you have there. When can I get this first? So instead of the 2024-2025 timeframe for this, we pulled it left. We're investing in this technology, and it's going to be certified by the end of 2022 and available by 2023. And now the order books are open. Next are everything else that we talked about while we were here last year at HAI. And our customers overwhelmingly said, these are great ideas. We want to introduce the autonomy that we've been working on all the other platforms as part of our innovations organization. We want to be able to have the capability to be able to have a search and rescue / utility and be able to go back and forth. But we were willing to wait for that. And we can talk about that as options later. But first, we want the Phase 4 technology. We do have the 8A6 engine available. We certified that last year, and we have several of our customers that are interested in that because of the performance for higher hot conditions, as well as oil and gas and head of state that have purchased that as an option. So we're offering that. We're excited to have our colleagues from GE here to support us today to have that announcement. And then the S92B. So please take the time to go into our booth. We have a mock-up of everything that is going to be associated, all of these options, as well as where you can learn a lot more in the booth, but you're going to be able to see what a 20% larger window looks like on the mock-up itself. You can see how significant that larger window looks like when we make the B available as soon as 2025. So again, we're very, very excited to work with our customers to be able to take those position agreements as soon as after we leave this room, because you're the first to know. And we're going to be meeting with our customers the rest of the week to be able to reveal this. So, excellent. Now, here's also part of the big reveal, and you're going to see this here first. We're actually offering the kit at a much, much lower price than what we had talked about last year. Indicative pricing being $300 million. And then the indicative price for the B, again, making sure that we're competitive, because what we've really learned from our customers, we want this economics to be absolutely critical. So when you're talking about all of these options, you're talking about longer lives on all of the parts, which will actually help not only the maintenance, but the direct operating cost that are associated with these new features. Again, making that best-in-class aircraft even better, more economical, and that's what our customers want. They love the reliability of the S92. They love the fact that we're investing all of this money in the technology that's going to be game-changing for the next 10 years and more. But what they really want to know is how much, when, and what's that going to do to my bottom line. So we're so very, very excited to be able to reveal that today. So please take that and take the time to take a look at the S92B while you're actually on the show floor.
S92 derivatives like the VHXX and the Cyclone, can you just bring us up to date on those, please?
Absolutely. So we have delivered 6 aircraft for our VH program, again, currently in EMD and flight testing. Very excited to say that that program is going very, very well, on time, on schedule, very happy with our customers. Again, you know, they're enjoying the 1.6 million hours that we have in the fleet, so that they can really get an understanding of the maintenance and everything that goes behind it. So we're supporting them from that perspective as well. And we're continuing the Block 2 upgrades for the CH-148 program, for the Canadian Maritime program. That is going very, very well. Again, on schedule with the block upgrades, and we're seeing some fantastic performance in terms of their mission. So our customers are very happy about that. Anything else, Jason? Good? Okay. Thank you for asking.
Very well. Others? This is the quietest press conference I've ever attended. Yes, sir.
Thank you for that question. Question, if you didn't hear, you know, what's happening with Coatesville? Coatesville is still performing all of the S76, S92 production as well as completions. They also are performing all of the Block 2 upgrades for the CH-148 programs. And you know, we're happy to say too that they're also doing a completion on an S70I.
On Blackhawk.
Yep, on a Blackhawk.
Matt Thurber, AIN. So is the gearbox upgrade, is that going to be a supplemental type certificate or just part of the type certificate of the S92? And would it be available as an upgrade for earlier models if anybody wanted it? And also, the time it's taking to bring that to market, is that the fastest it could be done? Are there pacing items that dictate how long that takes? Because it seems like a long time.
Great question. So I'll answer the first part of the question. So yes, the beauty of having this kit available actually gives the opportunity for our customers to be able to upgrade their current fleet. That gearbox fits in the exact same footprint as the current gearbox, and really the remaining of the testing is really the integration piece of this. And of course, as you know, very sophisticated manufacturing process. You know, we're working with our supply base to make sure that we can ramp up to the you know, the necessary capacity that we want to be able to make that available. So it's not only the technology that we've invested in terms of, you know, the timing is going to take to get that certified, but also the follow-on is let's make sure that we'll be able to make it available in a good cadence and get that delivery done. So it's really a combination of the certification and the producibility.
2 more gearbox-related questions. One, with the gearbox, are you looking at a new TBO on that new gearbox? And secondly, what are the regulation aspects about that you were referring to?
Absolutely, great question. So yes, we are looking at a longer TBO, and a couple of reasons why. Again, it improves the economics for our customers, where you don't have to remove the the gearboxes as often. So right now we have a TBO of 4,300. We're looking to exceed 6,000. And what's really important to us is that we're making sure that it's part of the interval for the 1,500-hour inspections, right? So it's not something that will be a burden to our customers, and it's more associated, again, with the regular maintenance. And the second item, the second question was the regulatory. So again, the regulatory requirements are going to be coming out that has a loss of lube requirement coming out. We've been participating as OEMs with the regulatory agencies to see what that's going to look like. It's not published yet. We don't know what it's going to look like. But again, we want to make sure that we're going to far exceed anything that could possibly be published in that.